If you're like me right now, you're probably sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am sick of not being able to go out and shop, and I hate shopping. I'm tired of not being able to take my wife out to a restaurant like Joe's Pasta House or Hannah and Nate's or Saggio's. Can you tell I'm hungry? It's lunchtime. But I am thankful that they still offer delicious food on a takeout basis, so you need to order some today. Little plug from my buddies. I'm tired of only meeting as a church online. Aren't you tired of that? I've gotten so bad that I miss the babies crying during a critical point of the message or the people getting up early. This is how bad it is. The people getting up early to leave so they can get out of the parking lot faster than everybody else. I miss the hallways being full of life. I miss seeing people getting baptized or heading to the First Steps room to take whatever next step of faith that God's laid on their heart to take. I guess when it gets right down to it, I just miss you guys an awful lot. Sad truth, but I've found myself having a short fuse lately. My attitude is tanked on more than one occasion, and rather than having a heart filled with gratitude, my heart has been filled with criticism and complaining. Do you remember the illustration we gave a few months ago? I think we even did a video on it of the dog and the cat. The illustration starts off with the excerpts from the diary of a dog. Listen to this. 8 a.m. Oh boy, dog food, my favorite. 9:30 a.m. Oh boy, car ride, my favorite. 9:40 a.m. Oh boy, a walk, my favorite. 10:30 a.m. Oh boy, another car ride, my favorite. 12 o'clock, oh boy, the kids, my favorite. 1 o'clock, oh boy, the yard, my favorite. 2 o'clock, oh boy, squirrel, my favorite. 5:30, oh boy, dad's home, my favorite. 6 o'clock, oh boy, playing ball, my favorite. 10 o'clock, oh boy, sleeping in my master's bed, my favorite. Sounds pretty positive, doesn't it? Now the excerpts from the diary of a cat. Day 283 of my captivity. My captors continue to taunt me with bizarre little dangling objects. They dine lavishly on fresh meat while I'm forced to eat dry cereal. I am sustained by the hope of escape and the mild satisfaction I derive from ruining a few pieces of furniture. I attempted to kill my captors this morning by weaving through their walking feet. Nearly succeeded. Must try this strategy at the top of the stairs. Seeking to disgust and repulse these vile oppressors, I once again induced myself to vomit on their favorite chair. Must try this on their bed. To display my diabolical disposition, I decapitated a mouse and deposited the headless body on the kitchen floor. They only cooed and condescended, patting my head and calling me a strong little kitty. Not working according to plan. I am convinced the other household captives are flunkies, perhaps snitches. The dog is routinely released and seems naively happy to return. He is no doubt a half-wit. The bird speaks with the humans regularly, must be an informant. I am certain he reports my every move. Due to his current placement in the metal cage, his safety is assured, but I can wait. It's only a matter of time. Now, here we have two animals that live in the same house, but look at life from two completely different perspectives. So let me ask you a question. Which of those two animals are you most like? Are you more like the happy, joyful, thankful dog, or are you more like the cynical and cunning cat? Are you more of a thankful person, or are you constantly in complaint mode? I want to be more like the dog and less like the cat. One of the challenges that you and I have is it's easier for us to focus on the 5% that's wrong in our life and completely miss the 95% of our life that's incredible. Let me show you what I mean. Numbers chapter 11, verse 1, it says, Soon the people began to complain about their hardship, and the Lord heard everything they said. Then the Lord's anger blazed against them, and he sent a fire to rage among them, and he destroyed some of the people in the outskirts of the camp. Now God's led the children of Israel out of slavery from the Egyptians. They should be rejoicing. They're finally free, but all they can do is complain. They don't like this. They don't like that. It's too hot. The road's too long. They even said they wish they could go back to Egypt and be slaves again. Now imagine for just a second that you're God. You fed them, freed them, protected them, cared for them, but it just isn't enough, is it? The Bible says the Lord heard what they said, and he sent a fire to rage among them. He punished them for their complaining spirit. You would have thought that would have stopped their complaining, but it didn't. They continued to gripe, and later, when they had the chance to enter the land God had prepared for them, the people once again complained that it would just be too hard. So God punished them again and told them they would wander around the desert for the rest of their lives because of their lack of faith and because of their complaining heart. So make no mistake about it, when we're not thankful people, it hurts the heart of God. Now, we can understand that, right? Pastor gave the following illustration. He said, imagine for a second that you're out on a date with your spouse. It's late when you get back home. Your oldest child has been babysitting the younger kids, and as you enter the home, you expect everybody to be in bed, but they aren't. You quietly walk down the hall looking for them when you see a light under one of the doors. The door is slightly ajar, and so you lean in to hear what your kids are talking about. The oldest child says, I wish Dad would get a better job. Is he lazy or something? Another child pipes in, why can't he take care of us like the Joneses or the Smiths' dad does? Why can't we have stuff like they've got? Another child speaks up, I'm so sick of Mom's rules. Clean your room. Go to school. Who in the world does she think she is? Now, as a parent, at first you're hurt. You think, I've tried so hard. I've done so much. How could it not be enough? But if you've ever been a parent, you know that hurt lasts about 10 seconds. And then you get angry. And then you begin to think, the nerve of these kids. It never is enough, is it? They have no idea the sacrifices we've made for them. We've done our best for them. I guess we can understand how our complaining hurts the heart of God. God has given us so much, and all we want is just a little bit more because, God, you could have done better by me. It's the weirdest thing. You would think that those who don't have much would have a whole lot to complain about, but it seems like the more we have, the less grateful we are. I love Proverbs chapter 30, verses 8 and 9. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise I may have too much and disown you and say, who is the Lord? How do we break free from a complaining spirit? Two things, and this is your homework assignment if you choose to accept it. One, I just want you to have a thanks-a-thon. I want you to simply sit down with everyone and just go around the circle again and again and tell each other who and what you are thankful for. Now, listen, at first you're going to feel weird doing this, and I don't know why that is. I just know that's the way that it is. Something about it, sharing what we're thankful for kind of messes us up. But listen, if you'll take your eyes off of yourself and in your vulnerability and you'll really share what you're really thinking, then all of a sudden that heart of thanksgiving will well up inside of you. Doing this exercise will get the focus off what you don't have, and it'll get the focus on what you do have. And if you're anything like me, you have a lot to be thankful for. And the second thing, your homework assignment, if you choose to accept it, before you go to bed each night this week, I want you to write down on a piece of paper 5 things that you're thankful for. Now, if you'll do this simple assignment each night this next week, you'll be one of the most grateful people in the world has ever seen, because you'll begin to focus on what in your life is amazing and stop focusing on what it is that you've been obsessing about that just isn't that great. So let the thanks-a-thon begin. Get your family together tonight at dinner. Get them together right now. I don't care when you do it, but go around that circle again and again and again until an attitude of praise and thanksgiving begins to manifest itself in your home. And before you go to bed tonight, 5 things you're thankful for. Each night, different things. Let the thanks-a-thon begin. I'll see you tomorrow.